Hey everybody, just another thing we do in the morning. Sometimes I got to throw the track back on that machine. I dug that big boulder in my own yard, and when I went to push it up the hill it kicked the track, but I'm just going to show you this is how we start our morning some days. I'm going to guess this is a socket set I used last time because that 15 millimeter, I thought it was a 14, but it's just pretty beat up. I'm probably going to have to get a new bolt for that pretty quick here. Put some gloves on, the grease is going to come flying out of there. Grease everywhere. That wasn't anywhere near as messy as it normally is. That stuff normally comes cranking out of there. I normally pay attention to the tracks pretty good. Sometimes like I said, getting a little aggressive trying to push a big boulder up that hill last night, and I was in there. This is pretty bony stuff. There's potato to probably potato size to softball size rock. One got twisted up in there, kicked it. Sometimes this goes extremely well. It isn't bad. 90% of the time when I kick a track, it's in mud. Grab a couple more bars if I get them in here. Just like that, pop back on. Whoa, that's a little wrench I keep up here. That does everything, gets the wood unwedged from that super split. And that blue pry bars is something I try to leave up here. Normally if that happens on a job, I'll make a phone call and try to get someone to bring this stuff to me. That grease gets everywhere. I'm going to try to do these videos. Some people make that look like it's a big pain in the butt. It is a little bit different experience if you're sitting in 6 or 8 inches of mud, which is what normally happens with me, but that happened in my own yard. Just easier to deal with. But like I said, being on dry ground, and it's just big difference. I think I'm gonna show you that, give you an idea of the grease that comes out of there. Nice mess. Hopefully I got a grease gun with a full tube in it. And just like that, about 15, I'd say 15 minutes probably all together, gathering up tools and go throw that weight back on. Yeah, that bolt's getting pretty beat up. I'm gonna have to get a new one. I don't know if I got one down the house or not, but for today, I'm going to check the tension on the other side real quick. I put them on a little tighter. I normally make it so when you take your foot, you got about 1.5 inches between that center roll. Some people tell you to leave them looser, but that won't be long loosening up because I'm in such nasty material all the time. I do a lot of rock wall stuff. I do a lot of bank run. I'm always on bank run gravel, so you get a potato-sized rock that rolls up in there, and that's what loosens them up. Just like that, it's done. While it's sitting there, I'm going to throw some grease in it, but I thought I'd show that, make a quick video of it. Some people make that seem so extreme, and like I said, it is a different experience when you're in foot of mud, and that's when I normally kick mine off. You're getting mud that's got a lot of rock in it, you'll roll it, go to get out of the mud, and you'll look down and it's normally blown right off. That one there just kicked off the front wheel. I've actually had them like, especially the worst environment you're in, that's when the thing will kick completely off, and doing that by yourself, that track weighs quite a bit. That machine's probably another year and it will need tracks. They're getting pretty cut up if you look at them. I drive over a lot of like erosion stone and stuff with it, not that you should, but the rock wall works hard on an excavator. I don't care what anybody says. But again, I just thought I'd take a shot, and thanks for watching.